All right. As you all know, Stéphane Humbert Lucas creates fragrances that have this synesthesia type of effect on people. And out of his whole entire collection, this one, Mortal Skin, is definitely the one that has this effect the most on people. Mortal Skin is inspired by the deadly viper, which is presented to perfection on the bottle with two Swarovski crystal eyes, which have that hypnotic, mesmerizing effect to it, just like the scent itself. It is colorful, seductive, sensual, mysterious, dangerous, but yet inviting at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and today I'm going to review the infamous Mortal Skin by Stéphane Humbert Lucas from his collection 777. This scent was launched in 2015, and the nose behind this Mortal Skin is Stéphane Humbert Lucas himself. This is the first fragrance of the Snake collection, unlike the rest which belong to 77 collection, and it falls under smoky oriental woody category. Alright, so a lot of my subscribers were wondering how come I haven't reviewed Mortal Skin since I reviewed so many fragrances from Stéphane Humbert Lucas. And I was waiting to complete all my collection from his house and review this as the last fragrance. But since I still have a few more to go, I decided to review Mortal Skin. I couldn't hold back, and I was like, all right, I'll just go ahead and review Mortal Skin. It's a beautiful fragrance. I remember when it came out first, I was just in shock. I was in awe in 2015 when I smelled this. I was like, I never smelled anything like this before. And that's when I truly fell in love with this house. And everything after that, it was just a surprise for me. And I loved everything that he created after that. So I'm not sure if this was the first creation in that house. I have to ask him, but I'm not sure. So that's one thing that I will get back to you guys on it later. But just smelling this fragrance from the bottle, this is a dark, mysterious, seductive, hypnotizing fragrance. Purely artistic fragrance that pushes every boundary possible. This is one of those scents that would easily take you out of your comfort zone, but in a very good and seductive way. There are perfumes which one wears for nostalgia, some for scent memory of the past, or mostly compliments. And they're just those easy, mass-appealing fragrances that everyone can spray on and go. But there are some scents that push the universe of perfumery to its limits. Mortal Skin definitely is one of those fragrances. Now, at least at the time that it came out, it definitely had that vibe to it. But then again, when Stéphane Humbert Lucas came out with a Black Gemstone or even Ohira, that's when it was like, all right, this guy is really pushing the boundaries of the perfumery. Because when I first smelled this, I was like, this is really otherworldly. He's just done this very sinister, dark, mysterious, but yet seductive type of a fragrance. But then when I was like, all right, so this is how they can push the boundaries, and then he comes out with Black Gemstone, and I was like in shock. I was like, there's no way you can create a fragrance that can morph so much and smell like this. And Ohira as well. I remember when I smelled Ohira the first time, I could not believe my nose what I was smelling. So definitely his style is something that I would say it's something from a different planet. And that's why I love Stéphane Humbert Lucas' work so much. All right, so let's get to the accords of Mortal Skin and see what we get on the initial spray. This is done so well. I love this. It's so different. It's so artistic. Even to this date, no wonder they're sold out. So this one, the accord can be told in a very, very nice story that goes with the bottle and the snake. Mortal Skin opens up with this dark, mysterious, warm, hypnotizing, inky berry effect, which is done very nicely. You get this venomous, black, dark, heated ink followed by this dark pink blackberry and resinous rock rose with a touch of sweetness, just enough to captivate and coil its body around you, squeezing a little tighter with each of your inhale of this venomous scent. As Mortal Skin opens up more, you get hit with this warm opoponax and myrrh, which is followed by this aromatic and sweet florals and hints of spices. This is not your typical amber accord, very dark and mysteriously done. Even though it has this inky, fruity, floral vibe to it, but it also keeps its woodiness and smokiness as well, and it makes it its strength, and that makes the fragrance very unisex. It is very balsamic and extremely aromatic and warm spicy. Now, as it is settling down, it shows off its beauty of resinous labdanum, styrax, and birch, which creates this smoky effect as well, not to mention the ambergris, adding to the animalic skin vibe, which that is the moment you realize it's too late to escape mortal skin. All right, so this is as far as the accords of mortal skin goes. I wanted to kind of create this type of a story that goes with the snake on the bottle, and it has that effect of mortal skin. But to really break it down for you guys and make it very simple, pretty much the accords that you get with mortal skin, you get that black inky vibe to it on the initial spray, and it stays that way throughout the whole entire fragrance. You get this beautiful amber, and it's not your typical amber. This amber is really interesting. It's like a almost black pinkish type of amber that you get here, which the black part of it definitely comes from the ink, and the pinkish part of it, I assume it comes from the blackberry and also the iris that's used in this fragrance. So it's really interestingly done. Now, it is sweet, but at the same time, it's bitter as well. And that's what it balances out really nicely, and that's why it's such a unisex fragrance. It's definitely very woody, it's balsamic, it's very aromatic. I mean, it's incredible how aromatic this fragrance is. It's warm, spicy, and it has that Stéphane Humbert Lucas signature scent written all over it. It has that dusty and powdery vibe to it. Again, like I mentioned earlier, there's a sweetness to it, but it's bitter at the same time. So don't think this is a cloying vanilla type of a sweet fragrance whatsoever. There's this also interesting fruity vibe to it, which, again, I don't want you to think that makes the fragrance sweet, because there's this bitterness to it as well, but there's this fruity vibe that you get as well, which it comes from the blackberry. And it's also smoky too. There's this smokiness to it, and also you get that animalic, musky vibe in the fragrance as well. So this is as far as the accords of Mortal Skin goes. All right, so let's get to the notes of Mortal Skin and see what we get on top notes. Top notes, you have ink, you got blackberry, you got incense, and labdanum. Middle notes, you have myrrh, you got opoponax, you got definitely iris in here, which is Stéphane Humbert Lucas' favorite note. You got cardamom and artemisia. In base notes, you have styrax, you got ambergris, you got atlas cedar, you got birch, you got sandalwood, and you have some musk. I also believe that there might be some synthetic civet in here as well, which I kind of smell it on the dry down. All right, so let's talk about the fun part of Mortal Skin. Let's talk about the performance and longevity. As far as Mortal Skin performance goes, it is a performer. It's one of those fragrances that when you walk into a place, it demands attention. It's a head turner. It's that type of a perfume. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful. And as far as the longevity goes, it is a long-lasting type of a scent, but it's not a beast mode. On my skin, I get somewhere between 8 to 9 hours out of this fragrance. And for what it is, I would definitely give it a high score as far as the performance and longevity goes. As far as the projection and sillage goes, It has a moderate sillage on the initial spray, and it stays that way for about 3 hours, and then it gets closer to your skin. It becomes a skin scent. And as far as the projection goes, it doesn't have an enormous projection even on initial spray. You get somewhere between 3 to 4 feet of projection out of mortal skin. So as far as the projection and sillage goes, I would give it a medium score. All right, so as far as the compliments goes, this one gets a lot of compliments. Now, again, I've read a lot of reviews about this one, and it's pretty interesting on Fragrantica because a lot of people, because it's called Mortal Skin, the bottle's dark, and they're all trying it in 2021, they're expecting something really hardcore, like they're expecting some venomous poison, something like that. But this is an artistic scent, and there's nothing hardcore about Mortal Skin. It's actually a soft type of a fragrance. It does have notes in it that are interesting and do push the fragrance to its boundaries. I mean, you have berries, you got ink mixed with it, and then you have smokiness to it. So it has kind of like a warm and chilly type of a vibe to it, which is really interesting. And I don't mean the food type of chili. I'm pretty much saying chilled type of a vibe to it, like ice cold type of a personality to it, but yet at the same time it's warm and spicy. So again, getting back to compliments, it gets a lot of compliments. I've had this fragrance for so long that this is my second bottle, and when I got it, when I sprayed it, I got a lot of compliments. It does have a very velvety dry down. When it dries down, it has this really interesting powdery, velvety, berry, inky, smoky dry down, which again depends if a lady's wearing it or a guy's wearing it. It has different reaction on different skin. But when I wear this with a dark outfit and like a leather jacket or something, I usually get a lot of compliments, and ladies usually ask me, what am I wearing? They really love it. And they even come out and say, they're like, God, I want to wear this myself. It smells so good. So as far as the compliments goes, I would definitely give it a high score. All right, as far as the versatility goes, it's a very subjective topic, but again, I always say it, and a lot of people want to know what I think as far as the versatility goes. And I have to say, Mortal Skin is not a versatile fragrance. It's not something that you can wear this every day. It cannot be a signature scent. It is something that needs a special event. It's something for a very unique event. I would say it's a great fragrance for a night out. If you're going clubbing, it's a fantastic fragrance for clubbing. It's a great fragrance for a house party, for even a Halloween party. I would say it's great. And also for dating as well, because it has a mysterious type of a vibe to it. If you're a guy wearing this, it would give that mysterious bad boy type of a vibe to it. So I would say it would definitely work, and it would definitely work on a girl as well. So it does have that mysterious vibe to it, which would work great for dating. As far as work goes, I would definitely not suggest it for work. Now, as far as the seasons goes, I would say this is probably better for like cooler temperature. I would say this would do great for fall and winter time. I think for summer and spring would be kind of cloying because of the smokiness and woodiness, and that inky note can kind of get sour on you. So I would say stay away from the humid weather and also heat as well. So as far as the versatility goes, I would give it a medium score. All right, so let's get to uniqueness of Mortal Skin. Mortal Skin is definitely a unique fragrance, especially when it came out in 2015. Now, probably a lot of people are going to say, well, it's inky, it has blackberry. But again, for what it used to be and still is, it's a very unique scent. The ink makes it very unique with blackberry and also the powdery amber that you have here makes it very, very interesting type of a scent. This is something that's very artistic. I haven't smelled anything like this before unless you've tried other fragrances from Stéphane Humbert Lucas from his house. Then there are some fragrances that kind of come close to this in the same ballpark. But other than that, it's a very unique scent. And as far as the uniqueness goes, I would definitely give it a high score. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the end of my video. That's all I have for Mortal Skin by Stéphane Humbert Lucas. If you own this fragrance, please let me know in the comment section what's your take on it. And if you don't own it, unfortunately, Mortal Skin has been sold out on Stéphane Humbert Lucas website. So you guys have to wait till they stock up again. Other than that, if they ever do, I would definitely suggest you to blind buy it because we're in 2021. If it was 2015, I would say sample it first. But again, this is a fantastic fragrance. It's very artistic, very unique, but yet very mass appealing at the same time. And believe it or not, it's one of their best sellers. So it's an easy blind buy. And that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon with another video. Peace and ciao.